What is Artist Studio Access? I'm so glad you asked. What we did is we went to Nashville. We got the best musicians in town. I'm talking about Paul Lime, Matt Rawlings, Brent Mason, Jerry Douglas, Glenn Worf, James Mitchell, Tim Akers, Larry Franklin, Steve Gibson, Joel Saunier, Steve Warner, Chuck Cannon, Kenny Greenberg, Tom Bresch, Joe Hudson, Stephen Patrick, Mike Haynes, Carrie Marks, Bergen White, Cindy Walker, Tanya Hancheroff. Now this band, all these folks, they know each other. They have worked in different variations together, but never with this grouping. Right? So Paul and Jerry have never worked in the same band with Glenn and Matt. And James has never worked in the same band with Brent and Paul. So it's really an amazing thing. We're calling this the Session Crew. And we put them together with songwriters like Merle Haggard, Steve Warner, Chuck Cannon, Paul Overstreet, Bobby Tomberlin, Whisperin' Bill Anderson, Steve Dorff, Andrew Dorff, Will Nance, Jim B. Martin, John Schneider, Shane Fair, Candy Carpenter, Lance Miller. So we have all those musicians, but without the right engineer in the booth, without the right guy setting up the microphones and actually recording what you're doing, it's just a bunch of music that no one is going to hear. There's a big difference between what you actually hear in the room and what you hear on the record. For example, I want you to listen to what it sounds like in the room when James Mitchell is playing the intro to Wherever She Is. Listen up. Now listen to what it sounds like when you hear it on the radio. I think you're going to hear quite a difference. Without the right engineer in the booth, without the right person setting up the microphones and actually recording the music, you don't really have anything. We were so fortunate to have Bob Bullock as our master engineer. And what we do is we go into the studio the whole time we are recording, and we have 8 cameras that are everywhere. I mean, under the drum kit, over Matt Rawlings' hands as he's playing. You ever thought that you could possibly be in the sound booth while Jerry Douglas was recording Dobro? It's a place you can't go. We go all those places, right over Tim Akers' shoulders, right next to Paul Lime's kick drum. We go places that no one has ever gone before.
I read that as a flat 7, but I guess it's a 5.
And we do it while we are recording these songs. Let me tell you how things usually happen. People record songs and then they go out, they release the songs, they spend a bunch of money, they hope the songs are hits, and one day one of them becomes a hit, right? Fingers crossed. And then they wish that they had footage of when they cut that song for the first time. So you know what they do? They go back into the studio and they fake it. Not saying it's a bad thing, but they fake it, they mockumentary it, and then they put it forth as if they were there recording when they first cut that track. Guess what? That is exactly where we are going to be with songs like Heartache Doesn't Have a Closing Time, Bet Your Mama Look Good Too. In there, in, oh my gosh, I Love Crazy Women. Whoa, there's one right now. Also, we're in there when we're singing songs like Heaven, Help Me. Now, these songs don't mean anything to you yet, but they will. Knock, knock, knock. Excuse me, ma'am. Before it gets too late, I just want to say how sorry I am. You don't know that song yet, but you will. It's called Sound of a Breaking Heart. You don't know a song called Fish yet, but you will. You do know, of course, Just a Good Old Boy. You know that song. We recorded that song too. That's just a little bit more than the lower down. We did it with all kinds of wonderful people. Bobby Bear, Steve Wariner, John Conley,
Making their way the only way they know how.
Tanya Tucker, Confederate Railroad, Mark Wills, all these people came in. Con Hunley, they came in to record that song. It was fantastic. A wonderful, wonderful time. That's what Artist Studio Access is. It's your opportunity to go into the recording studio where no one gets to go. Truth be known, no one except Matt Rawlings has ever been in the recording booth with Matt Rawlings. There's not room. You can't go in there and watch him play. You can't sit in a room and watch Paul Lime play the drums. You can't be there while Jerry Douglas is playing, while Glenn Worf is playing. You can't sit on the stool next to Tim Akers when he is making that B3 sing. You can now. That's what Artist Studio Access is. So if you're a music person and you love music and you want to see it in its rawest form before it becomes a smash hit, you have come to the right place. Sit back and enjoy Artist Studio Access.